right. I think we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live stream. My name is Emil. This is Sada, and we're both founders of OmniFusion AI and AutoGDM. And today, our only goal is to blast you guys with as much value as we possibly can about Instagram, branding, outreach, and lead generation in general. And at the end, we have a special surprise as well for all of you, which is going to be really cool. So without any further ado, I would say I'll jump into it. Sada is controlling the stream settings.
Maybe yes, say a few words. I'm the techie here. So yeah, we're very excited. This is our first live. Let's see if everything works. I would like if you guys can type something in the chat. Can you see us well? Can you hear us well? Is everything working? Are we even live? Like, let us know in the chat, and then we continue straight to the value. As Emil already said, today it's all about how you can get new clients for your business with Instagram. That's like the big topic, and that's most of the questions we usually get. And this is the industry we are in, and that's why we decided today to lay out everything we know and everything from our experience, and also everything we gathered by serving thousands of clients with exactly this service in the past few months. So yeah, today I hope you're as ready as we are to get all the value, and it looks like everything is good. Perfect. Thanks. Let's go.
All right.
You want to jump to the presentation?
Yes, sir.
All right. There.
Okay, I need to take over the mouse. Boom. All
Full
right.
professionals here. There we go.
Boom.
Now we're talking, right?
This is how I like it. I'm in the focus, you know. That's the way it's supposed to be. Anyways, welcome to this free workshop. As we already said, how do I control this now? There we go. All right, so what are you going to learn in this workshop? I'm going to be taking over the first part. I'm going to teach you everything I know. I've been doing Instagram for a very long time. You're going to be learning branding, targeting, outreach messages that convert, closing and setting, automation, scaling, and we're going to have a Q&A round at the end. So you're going to get the full package. If you know nothing about Instagram, by the end, you'll be an expert.
Write down all your questions which you have, because at the end we will try to answer everything. So this is your chance.
Drop all the questions in the chat. So why listen to us real quick? We have over 3,000 users at AutoGDM, which is our Instagram outreach software. We reach 1 million plus users per month on our personal IG. I'll have the proof later on. I've personally helped brands grow on Instagram since 2016. I've been doing Instagram automation. That was the first thing I started with, and now with AI, I sort of came back into that space. We've collectively, with all our users, sent more than 1 million Instagram DMs, which is wild. And we do AI appointment setting, also specialized on Instagram, and I've personally delivered over 50 projects to clients after Sada brings them on board. So first things first, branding as an authority. I would say this is probably the most important part. If your account doesn't look good, your results won't be good. So having your account on point is the most important thing that you need to nail if you're doing anything on Instagram, really. If you want inbound leads or if you're doing outreach, you need to nail your branding. So by the way, if you want me to review your Instagram account on this live, comment your username now. I might pick one to review if we have enough time. Zeta, you can check the comments. Anyways, first things first, on your account, the first thing is the name. Now, keywords in your name matter for SEO. Most people just put their first and last name, or just their first name, and that doesn't help you at all. If you go to Instagram right now to the search function and you type in fitness coach, you're gonna find fitness coaches which have fitness coach written in their bio, in their name, sorry. So a good structure for this, as you can see on the screen, what's happening? Okay. As you can see on the screen is your name, and then this dash, I don't know what the name is, and then what you do. So I have a couple examples down here below. For example, one guy, 7-figure business and social media coach, short form video editor, and we have more clients with AI. So if you put something there, which allows people to find you through SEO on Instagram, that's gonna help you out massively. And that's the name part. A lot of people forget about that part. The second thing people are gonna see when they visit your profile is the bio. Now, when reading your bio, people should instantly know what you do and who you help. That's all you need to tell them. If you want to sell something on Instagram, all this random stuff based in New York, this and that, nobody cares. If you want to optimize your Instagram for selling, nobody cares about that. So 3 to 4 lines of bio are recommended. It's not set in stone. As you can see, I've added one example which has 5 different lines in his bio. So it's not set in stone, but I would say 3 to 4 is recommended, and it should include what you do, some social proof, and a call to action. Again, I've added some examples down here. Content specialist, generated over 20 million views, learn how to build your personal brand, and then he linked to his Linktree. I personally wouldn't do Linktree. He also has 2 links in his profile, which is a no-no. I would do 1 link maximum. A couple other examples. Our own is helping business owners get more clients on Instagram with AI. What we do, 3,200 plus members, social proof, join for free, link to our community. So the call to action at the end. And a similar thing is for InstaCoach Mike in the top right as well. So following that structure is going to allow people who come to your profile to instantly know what it's about and what you're about to give them in terms of how you can help them. Third thing is highlights. Right under the bio, it's going to have your highlights. Now, your highlights give you a chance to showcase your work, results, and who you are. I would recommend having 3 to 5 highlights, and focusing on client results, especially in the first one, is a good approach. I found this one example right here: student wins, growth, community. What I would do is also make a personal highlight where you allow people to get to know you a little bit, maybe talk about your journey so far. Just throw up a couple stories, throw up a couple client results, put them together in a highlight, add a nice highlight cover, and that's going to have you covered. It's going to look much more professional, and it's going to allow people to immediately learn more about you and what you've done for other people, and then decide if they want the same thing for themselves as well. Now, profile picture, arguably one of the most important ones. The profile picture needs to stand out, especially when you're doing cold outreach. It needs to pop, it needs colors, it needs to sort of stand out of the masses. Most people have profile pictures which aren't well lit. They're like far away from the camera, so it's like them on the beach, but it's from like 10 meters away. So you just can't see them very well. As you can see here, right here, Alex Hormozi, I think, is the best example. His face is super close up, bright color in the background. If you're a business, just add your logo. Obviously, make sure there's some colors there in the logo as well, which is what we have. Gary Vaynerchuk, close up to the camera, works as well. So profile picture, really make sure that it's your face, something that people can remember. I'm sure anyone who sees Alex Hormozi's profile picture knows instantly it's Alex Hormozi. You don't even need to see that it's his account. All right, next thing, once we've optimized the profile overall, so we have the name nailed down, we have the bio nailed down, we have the highlights, we have the profile picture, the next thing is content. Now, content is the key really when it comes to generating inbound leads. You're not going to generate inbound leads any other way through content. And also, if you're doing Instagram outreach, that's going to be a key, because people who get the message from you will oftentimes check your profile. So if you have free value inside of your content, you're going to build a lot of goodwill and trust with your audience. And the key here is giving free value without expecting anything in return, which is what we do in all of our YouTube videos. It's worked out great for us. I recommend you do the same on Instagram as well. And then you can monetize through your DMs, add in a call to action. So what we do on our OmniFusion AI Instagram account is we just share AI tools. So we give out tips for free, and we have the call to action to comment down below a specific keyword, and we'll send them the resource. And from there, we follow up with them automatically using AI, and we try to see if they're a good fit for anything that we offer. And as you can see with these posts down here, I mean, we have 21,000 likes, 4,600 comments, 6,800 likes, 3,500 comments. The most impressive one, 65,000 likes, 39,000 comments. So that's 39,000 people who came into our DMs, and that's where you can sell people. So your content is really an avenue to build that trust. Make sure you pump out value. In terms of content, I would say the more you can post, really the better. I would say reels are the best thing if you're trying to accumulate reach. I built up a lot of huge YouTube shorts accounts, and on those we posted between 4 to 8 times per day, which is kind of unrealistic if you're just starting out. But if you can do at least one a day, that's going to bring that consistency, and after a while you'll start to get into the algorithm. It took us a while too, I think like maybe 2 months or something. So just be patient with that, keep improving your content. Hook is most important, good quality, good lighting, good camera, good audio. All of this is a no-brainer.
I would like to add something to this. So I hope this works. I hope you can see us both now. Quantity is nice, and quantity is king these days, to be honest. So we have also been pumping out like 2 shorts every single day on Instagram for a very long time. So we also needed 3 or 4 months of consistent posting to reach 20K followers, which we have reached now just recently. And also don't get discouraged if your first reels or anything don't get any views or are not popping off. we, I think, posted for 2 months straight around like 100 reels to get not even 1,000 followers or something. I think we got 800 followers or something with 60, 70 reels. And after that, it started to grow exponentially. And adding to what Emil already said about the quantity, I would say quality is also very important. So if you have 10 shitty reels every single day, you will probably also not grow, or you're waiting to get lucky. So if you want to prevent waiting for luck, you have to increase the quality. And most importantly, especially with the algorithms these days, it's really just give out value. Give out something, or tell these people, the target audience you want to reach, something they really want to know, something where they say, oh wow, I didn't know this before. And they will always remember you, they will follow you, and they will also thank you, and they will also feel like they need to give something back as soon as the day comes when you try to sell them something. So just to add on that, I would say, Emil, shoot it.
Yes, sir. All right, let me push it back here. Very good point about the quality. So when I say quantity, the quality is the baseline. You need to have the quality, and then you can go for quantity. But yeah, content, engagement. So if you have outreach accounts, if you're doing Instagram outreach and you're just setting up an account for outreach, you're not doing any content on it, you should have a couple posts anyways. But if you're just doing it for outreach, you need some followers and likes. And if it's a burner account, which you're just setting up for outreach, which is something we do a lot, you can just buy some followers and likes and comments on those profiles. It's going to give it some form of social trust. If somebody goes to your profile, you have 0 likes, 0 followers, nobody's going to reply to your outreach message. It just looks like a scam. So adding that on burner accounts. Let me be clear. If it's your own account, if it's an account that you're trying to grow organically, you're trying to get reach, post content, do not, never buy fake followers, fake likes, or any of that. It's going to ruin your account. Recently I had a success call with a client actually, and her account is absolutely burned. So she now needs to make a new one, all because she bought some fake followers. Story views go down the drain, so don't ever buy followers for your real account. If you're making second, third accounts just for outreach, by all means go for it and get some engagement on there. In your reels, like I just mentioned, you need to have call to actions in your reels for people to actually comment down below. That boosts the engagement on your posts. That's why they go viral. Another big thing is if people save your reels. So if they click on the save button, that boosts it in the algorithm massively. If nobody's saving your reels, that means you didn't do enough value. But if you click on the insights for the post, you can see how many people saved your reels. That's a massive boost in terms of like the ranking in the algorithm. And of course, post consistently, as I just said. So whatever you stick to, whatever you're like, okay, I can pump out this many quality reels a week, even if it's 3 a week. I said 1 a day, ideal, obviously. At least as a starting point, I think we do 2 a day now. But whatever you find, stick to that consistently. It's the same with YouTube. It's the same with Instagram. If you go 1 a day for a week and then you don't post for a week, it's not going to get you very far. The consistency really is key. And down here below, I added the screenshot of our account. If you look in the bottom, 1.3 million accounts reached the last 30 days. And this account had like less than 1,000 followers, I think, a month ago. So
yeah, and this is purely organic reach. We didn't do anything. We didn't do DMs. We didn't do anything else besides providing value in content. And this is how it grows. And we think we are going to hit 100K in the next couple months.
Yeah. And as you can see, 197 posts. If we would have given up at 100, we would have never gotten to this point.
Yeah, 100%.
So stay consistent, stick with it. It's not nothing that's worth having comes easy. That's a nice saying I like to apply in my life. All right, targeting. So we have our profile optimized. We have content on the profile if that's something you want to do. For burner accounts, just post some posts on there. We like to use female accounts. That's maybe a topic for another day. But targeting is key because connecting with the right leads is key. If you're doing Instagram outreach specifically, you need to make sure that you're messaging the right people. Otherwise, the entire campaign doesn't make sense. If I message a guy in his 30s about some women clothing store for young girls in their 20s, it's going to be a bad match and I'm not going to make any sales. So targeting is key. That's what we're going to talk about now. If you don't message the right leads, it's pointless. So there's different types of targeting which are usually applied when you're looking for leads. You can go and look through the followers of specific accounts. You can look at the engagers on specific accounts. This is especially a big difference with verified accounts. You can only see 50 followers. So for verified accounts, if I want to check Alex Hormozi's audience, I need to check the people who engaged with his posts. I can't check his followers. So followers of accounts, engagers of accounts, hashtags, and locations on Instagram. Now, locations is absolutely terrible. I'll get to that in a second. Hashtags as well. The first two are the ones you want to go for. So what's a good targeting source? A good targeting source is niche.
Tell them what you're targeting now, so we switch to the DM strategy. It's not about organic growth.
Yeah, this is about DM outreach, yeah. So what is a good targeting source? It's niche specific and it has a good engagement rate, so there's not a lot of fake people on there. Now, if we go through some examples, I'm just gonna do this off the top of my head from all the success calls we've had. Let's say you wanna target real estate agents in New York. Using locations as a way to find these real estate agents is a terrible idea because everyone in that location, even tourists, are going to be using that location tag. So it's going to be a very broad audience. You're not going to be niche down at all. So that's why locations isn't a good idea. Hashtags, the same thing applies. For real estate agents in New York, using real estate New York doesn't make sense. On Instagram, we have so much spam that a lot of spam accounts are going to be using that hashtag. People who just bought their house are going to be using that hashtag. It's not going to be just real estate agents. A lot of people make this mistake. They think, okay, I want to target fitness coaches. Hashtag fitness coach doesn't work that way. There's so many accounts on there which aren't going to be your target audience. Instead, let's go back to the real estate example. If you're looking for real estate agents in New York, you want to go for the followers of specific accounts or the engagers of specific accounts. There's probably a real estate licensing commission in New York, for New York specifically, which usually don't have a lot of followers, maybe a couple thousand. But if you target their audience, you're going to find very specifically these real estate agents, and it's going to yield much better results for your outreach campaign. Another example I had on a success call is therapists. If you use the hashtag therapist or therapy, imagine how many people have posted a picture on the beach and written below hashtag therapy. Millions and millions of people have called being at the beach therapy. So if you do hashtag therapy, you're not going to find therapists. So what you could instead do is, again, where do therapists go to get licensed? Maybe, and this will vary by niche, but you're probably the expert on your niche. Maybe there's a specific software that all therapists use to manage their bookings or to manage their client data or whatever the case may be. If you can find these tools, if you can find these licensing institutes sort of on Instagram, which have smaller audiences, but your perfect ideal customer, then that's going to yield much better results for you. And I could keep going on with these examples, but I think that what I just said should make sense to you. Locations and hashtags I would never recommend, and try and think of, okay, who are my ideal customers following? And try and think of accounts which nobody outside of your ideal customers would want to follow. Who's going to follow real estate licensing in New York? Nobody except for real estate agents. So it's a no-brainer if you want to target real estate agents to go after those accounts. So those are some examples, different types of targeting. I hope that makes sense. Adam, do you have something to add maybe?
Just another example, I would say, because many of our clients are in the coaching space or are targeting coaches and mentors on Instagram, because this is literally the best place to get to those people. You cannot reach them on LinkedIn or email or whatever. These people are on Instagram. So there's a very specific target audience which you can only reach on Instagram, and that's why we really focus so hard on Instagram in general. I would say, as an example, when it comes to mentors and coaches or whatever topic you're searching for, let's say the easiest example is like the fitness trainer. You're searching for fitness trainers, and then you simply go ahead and look out. So the most important thing is, I think, to put yourself into the position of the person you want to find. So if you just know this, you should be able to find a good target. So put yourself in the position of your client and ask yourself the question, who would I follow? Who would I engage with? And if you don't exactly know what to do, then just search 5 perfect clients of yours and compare their followings and see which account are most of these people following. What is the similarities between them? So there is some research to it. It's not just 2 clicks and then you find your target audience. Most of the time you have to put in some work, but just once. And then you find out very quickly how to go down the rabbit hole and find an account and find their followers and then go down more. And usually, for example, with fitness coaches, simply search for coaches of fitness coaches. These days we have coaches of coaches of coaches, as you might know, which is very helpful for us. So, for example, a fitness coach, there's tons of coaches who are training personal trainers how to become a fitness coach and how to earn money with that, and usually their followers are fitness coaches. So if you go ahead and simply scrape their followers or use a tool, which we're also going to show you very soon how it works, use a tool to target those specific accounts, you can get really, really good results. And one thing to add, if you target followers or followings or hashtags or whatever, you will usually have a lot of crap inside of your leads if you don't filter them out yourself manually. But what I found very useful and our clients really love as a feature is using the engagement. As Emil already said, engagers of accounts. Engagers means comments and likes. And what I specifically do usually, if I do Instagram cold outreach or Instagram cold DMs, then I go ahead, find those people which we just explained to you, and we don't scrape their followers to message them directly, but we are going to find some posts which are extremely valuable for that specific niche, and then we are just going to target the people who have liked or commented on that post, because liking and commenting is more of a commitment than just pressing follow, right, in my opinion. And this also sorts out already all the inactive bot accounts, the fake followers, and all of this crap. So you have a much better targeted audience. So engagers of posts which can be interesting to your target audience is, in my opinion, the easiest and fastest way to find good leads. So yeah. That's my
maybe
part.
there's actually an example which you can share where we did some targeting and you found a very niche specific account, but it had a viral reel, which made the audience irrelevant. Maybe shortly explain that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different things you need to take care of if you want to say, okay, this account is good or this account is bad for my outreach. For example, we have one client who's always coming at us and searching for moms, which is amazing. So I know nearly all moms in the US already because I have done, I think, 30 cities already, and we have new cities coming up every few days. And our task is to find moms with specific requirements, age requirements, kids requirements, followers requirements in those cities. And to do that, you go to spas, you go to mom clubs, you go to kids parks and whatever in that specific location and try to find their Instagram accounts and scrape their followers. But before I go ahead and decide what is a good and bad account, there's a few things I check. Emil just simply told it engagement rate, good engagement rate, but what actually does that mean? So one KO criteria for me is if the account I'm trying to target has thousands of followings. So that means that they are actively following thousands of accounts to get a follow back. This worked, I don't know how many years ago, 5-6 years ago maybe. These days it doesn't work anymore, but people still do it. Why is that bad? Because that means people maybe just followed back that account because they got followed and not because they are moms in that specific region. Another point which Emil just wanted to say and which I'm going to explain now is that if I see an account who has 10,000 followers and only 5 likes and 10 likes, obviously KO criteria and that account is out. One more thing which usually nobody checks, and this is a golden nugget for you, the same check is what I do if they have like a few thousand followers and the account looks super nice, if everything else is green check mark for me. The last thing I check is I go on the Reels tab and then I check their Reels. If any of the Reels is an outlier, if all of their Reels have like 3,000-4,000 views and they have 10,000 followers, that's perfect. But if I then see one Reel which has 1.2 million views or 700,000 views, like a huge outlier, then sadly this account is also gone for me. Why? Because people follow this account from all over the world. So this reel got viral, and a viral reel usually doesn't go viral in a location, in a specific location, but worldwide or at least countrywide. So that means that if I scrape the followers of that account, I will most probably have tons of people who are not from that specific location because of this one viral reel. And we see how that worked. I mean, with one viral reel we had, I think it has 1.6 million views right now. I think we nearly got 10,000 followers just from that one single viral reel. And that means if an account, when you are searching location specific accounts and targets, if an account has an outlier reel, for me it's a KO and no. So I think that was what you meant.
Yeah, 100%. I would add just real quick as clarification that it only is if you're doing location-specific targeting.
Yes.
So if you're targeting fitness coaches, I mean, it depends what the real content is. So if the Reels content is a broad appeal and it goes viral, then it's going to be random people.
Yeah.
If it's still very niche-specific and it just got a lot of reach, then it can still be fine. But for location-specific targeting, that's a massive point.
Exactly, and there's so many ins and outs. As you can see, we're just going down the route and trying to tell you all the things we know. But this is literally to give you just some thoughts, because doing the research yourself for a long enough time frame, you will find out what's perfect for your target audience. There's so many niches, there's so many target audiences and so many businesses out there that it's hard to generalize. So we are just giving you examples. Never copy and paste anything someone tells you. actually take it as an advice and then try to adjust it to your market, to your niche, to your business, to your target audience, whatever it might be.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
All right, so let's switch back. Boom. All right, we're done with this. Now, outreach messages. Once you found the right leads who you want to message,
Yeah, go on.
we need to entice people to reply or we're going to get ghosted. So we need to have good outreach messages which actually yield results. So a question you can ask yourself is, would you respond to yourself? Now, we've all gotten cold DMs, and there's some which we end up responding to and some which we don't. So if you just ask yourself that question, it's going to make your outreach a lot better instead of just thinking, okay, what I'm going to send them. Think about what you would respond to. There's two approaches which I like to recommend, which is one, be direct and offer free value, which I have seen so far from all the success calls I've had with clients is by far the best. Be direct, offer free value. People like people who are upfront with their intentions. I put an example on the right where a guy messaged me about the Content Mega Machine system. And sort of made a nice message and said, okay, it's a free video. I have a personalized video for you talking about this system. Obviously, I was curious, what's the Content Mega Machine system? So I just replied, it's a free video showing me some new strategy, which maybe I haven't heard of. So it's kind of a no-brainer to reply. The second approach is posing an indirect question to start a conversation. Now, this can work very well as well. The only downside is that you're going to start a lot of conversations where then you actually need to lead those conversations somewhere. Whereas the first approach, where you're just direct and offering free value, is going to only make people reply who actually are interested in that free value. You give them the free value, and then you move on from there. There's a couple no-goes in terms of Instagram outreach, which is selling in the first message. So there's a big difference between being direct and offering free value, which is what this guy did, compared to selling in the first message. You don't want to come in hot and be like, hey, I do ads and I charge 1.5K a month for this and that. If you do that, you're going to get ghosted. Second thing, sending a link in the first message. You don't want to be sending any links in the first message. That's why this guy, he probably didn't make the video when he sent the message, and now that I've replied, he's going to make the video. But anyways, that's why this guy didn't add in a link. You shouldn't be like, here's a demo, and add that in the first message. It's going to limit your reach, and it could get you in the hidden requests of Instagram, which is the place of death where people go.
Make it more clear. Never add links to your outreach messages.
Yeah, never add links to your outreach messages. It's a rule. Sending a vague message, high name, nice pictures, all of that stuff. I think we all get it every day. Never reply to it. So a vague message is the worst thing you can do. Vulgar language as well is just an Instagram algorithm thing. It could limit your account at some point if you get reported a lot, whatever. So try to steer clear of that unless you're maybe targeting, for example, rappers. Then it might make sense, but I'd still censor the word. It's just with Instagram, they don't like seeing that stuff. So yeah, two approaches. Be direct, offer free value. I'd always recommend going for that. If you sell AI chatbots, tell them that you build a chatbot for a similar business. These are the results, and that you make them a free demo if they want to see it. Going to yield you great results. If you want to start with an indirect question, you can either start asking them about their services or like what they offer if you're targeting a business. But a lot of people might get pissed off by that if then it turns out that you're trying to sell. But indirect questions can be good. I prefer the first approach. Maybe you have something to add here?
No, totally fine. One more thing to add. You said people can get pissed if you're not direct with the first message, and yes, but again, as before, you need to try and test it out because every niche works different. So it's different if I talk to moms than if I talk to fitness trainers. So it's totally different people, it's totally different demographic and totally different characters. So you need to find out what works best with your audience. For us, to be honest, when we started off with OmniFusion last year, we were targeting coaches on Instagram, first thing. And I actually use the strategy usually, do you have open slots currently? Or are you currently taking new clients for your mentorship? Do you have open slots for your one-to-one service? Yada, yada, yada. Why? Because first of all, I wanted to get a lot of replies to get more data. And I got tons of replies. So I had over 20% reply rate, I guess, on Instagram, which is insane. With the dude account, it was my account. And yeah, from there, I could open the conversation. And this is actually also how we got our first client. Alex, if you're watching, thanks for that. This is actually how we got our first client. And also a couple other clients after that with the same strategy. So simply ask them something about their job, about their offering, about something in their specific niche, and never go with, hey, how are you? Or just, hey. Oh, wow, I get really pissed when someone just writes, hey. So yeah, try to make it work for your target audience. And the good thing here is leads on Instagram are unlimited. So if you piss off someone, who cares? Go to the next. Never use vulgar language. Never be mad or never say bad words to them. Obviously. But you can just move on. Like, they don't know you, they won't even remember what just happened 10 minutes later. Just move on, don't get personally attached to it or whatever. You need to try and test different strategies. You can test different outreach messages every single week and then just see after 4 weeks which of these work best. And from there you just optimize, in my opinion.
Yes, sir. Great points. Sweet. So, you've reached out to your profile is optimized, you found your perfect target audience, you've reached out to the person, they replied. You get the excitement. You see the notification. Woo! Now you need to actually get them on a call. So how do you go from outreach to booked call? That's the closing section. The most important thing, which I would say will resolve 90% of the issues that you guys may be having with getting people from DMs into the call, is to not sell the service, sell the call. So you don't want to pitch them on a service. You don't want to be like, hey, I want to offer you this. Let's get on a call and talk about it. Instead, sell the call. You can be like, hey, why don't we just hop on a quick 15-minute call, talk about your business, and see if there's any way I can add value in those 15 minutes. Make it about the call. Make it about the value they're going to get from the call. Make them want to join the call. For example, if you're an AI automation agency, free chatbot demo. Look, I made a chatbot. I'd love to walk you through maybe some AI tips which I've implemented for other clients. I'll give them to you totally for free. When can we connect for a 15-minute call? That's going to be the best result. Sell the call, don't sell the service. Never forget that. You don't want to be selling the service. The only time it can work is if you're doing super, super low ticket. If you're selling a $15 ebook, maybe you want to sell in DMs and not get on a call for it. But anything from a couple $100, you always want to sell on the call, and you always want to sell the call, not the service. Super important. This is going to make or break everything. All the replies in the world are not going to mean anything if then you start pitching them in the DMs and like, hey, can I close you on the phone sort of thing. That's kind of what you're saying when you tell them that you want to sell them something and if they want to get on a call. And people are usually just not going to agree to that. So in terms of having the conversation inside of your Instagram DMs, you can either do manual conversation where you're on your phone and you're just having a conversation there. Follow scripts. After a while, you'll know what works and what doesn't. So you can have some scripts in there and follow those. Second thing, hire setters/VAs. So once you start scaling, put a team in place and have them respond to the messages. And the third thing, now with AI, obviously a no-brainer, is AI appointment setting. Now, if you go to the channel, we have a ton of videos where I build AI appointment setters, put them into Instagram DMs, and we give you all of the tutorials and all of the templates for free. You literally just need to download the template for free, implement it into your Instagram DMs, and you can have an AI appointment setter of your own, which as soon as somebody replies to your outreach message, actually goes through the conversation. So yeah, if you haven't looked into that yet, maybe that's something you should look into and start using AI in that way as well.
Yeah, couple things to add here. As we all know, AI is the future. AI appointment setting is just growing and growing and growing. I think VAs will have a hard time. So only the VAs who are just texting, I think, will have a hard time because ChatGPT alone makes this job obsolete, in my opinion. And as Emil said, you don't need to really spend money for that if you don't need a very sophisticated and customized version of it. So if you're just starting out, if you're just trying, testing waters, then simply do what he said. Watch the videos on our YouTube channel, mainly from him. Choose the templates, implement them. I think the cost in general is $15 a month for ManyChat maybe, and that's all you have as a cost, and you can have an AI appointment setter live on your own account anytime soon. The next thing I wanted to say is if you scale outreach, so if you're not just texting, let's say 50 people a day with one account and manually doing everything, you should do that definitely. If you're starting out with a company, do that. The experience you get back from that is already worth your time. But as soon as you have your first or second client, I would never ever do manual outreach again. However, if you scale your outreach and if you're talking to hundreds of people every single day, and if you really get a good amount of DMs back, or if your DMs come from an organic source or from ads and not from the outreach, so you have more than just a couple DMs a day, then for me, what's very important is to qualify the lead during the conversation. So you don't want to have a call with anyone, right? The good thing on Instagram is you can pre-qualify them. So if you send them the message because you qualified them as a good lead, that already means, okay, he's 80-90% qualified. But if you go on a big mass and on a scale where you have hundreds or thousands of DMs, it's very, very important to qualify the lead during this conversation before you book the call with him. And how we do it, for example, right now on our OmniFusion channel, we are getting those comments, we have those open DMs, and then we send the message, hey, are you an online business or are you making money online in any way? And from there, the conversation is getting taken over from the AI fully. And the AI then tries to find out if this is a good lead to have a call with me or not. And if it's not, there's multiple different routes it can go down. So it can offer just to join the community in school, which is totally free. If the AI sees someone is interested in outreach on Instagram, it can send them the link to AutoIGDM. Or if it says, okay, all the qualification requirements which Emil built into the AI are green and checked, then it will offer a call with me. So it's very, very important if you go on scale, if you don't want to have 20 calls a day which are unqualified, because nobody likes that, because it's a waste of time, you need to qualify people in the conversations. This doesn't apply really if you do it manually, but if you do it automated and on scale, then this is very important.
Yes, all right. I think I'm about to hand off my part. So I taught you everything from branding to targeting to outreach and everything in between. Now we're going to talk a little bit about automation. So Sarah, I don't know if you want to switch seats, or I don't know what we're going to do.
We are going to find out. Let's switch seats first.
Twist and turn.
All right, so hi, now it's me. Let me see if I can get this a bit better here. Now it should work. All right, one of my favorite sayings, and you will have heard this before if you are watching my videos, is volume negates luck. And the thing is, and this is a general root of life, I would say, or a rule to live, if you always depend on luck, you're never actually going anywhere. Because luck is something which is very, very rare, and if you want to get lucky, you actually don't need to put in all the work. We are putting in all the work to not be dependent on luck. So Alex Hormozi says, volume negates luck, and this goes especially for cold outreach. So who does more gets more. If you send more messages, you will get more clients, and this is basically a fact. This is rules. This is not some idea or science fiction. It's rule, right? If you send 1,000 DMs a day, you will obviously get more replies than if you send 50 DMs a day. Time is money, and I have to say, Emil made this presentation, so let me figure this out. As a business owner, you need to constantly manage your time. That's so true, and I think most of us can relate with this. Short example from our private life or our personal background. Last year when we started off with OmniFusion, I already explained to you, we got our first clients through Instagram, and I'm the sole responsible in the company for sales and outreach. Not anymore, thankfully, but back then obviously everything was on my hands. And even after 3 or 4 days doing Instagram outreach manually myself, I was so pissed because it takes 2 hours a day and you don't feel like actually doing something because you only get 5 DMs back and 3 of them are not interested, and 1 of them maybe books a call in a few weeks, come back to me in a month, whatever. It can be very, very how can I say, disappointing, because the time you put in is not equal to the results you get out immediately, especially if you do it manually. And then you need to ask yourself, okay, where is it spent best? And in my case, I immediately went on an online rage and research phase of a couple days to find out how can I actually automate this. And this is actually how AutoIGDM as an idea was born, because I was pissed doing Instagram cold outreach myself. The problem is I know it works, but I don't want to do it. And then there's 2 options in life right now. It's either you hire a VA to do it, or you do it with automation. And obviously, because this is how my life goes, we did it with automation. And thankfully we did it because this brought us to completely different routes in our business and in our life in general. So time is money. You have to choose where you spend it, and it really depends on your situation. So this doesn't go to everyone. As said before, if you are just starting out, if you just made your agency, if you're just starting your business, if you're alone or just 2 people in the company, obviously don't just look out for automation immediately. First of all, and first and foremost, get in the experience. So do it yourself, get your first client, get your first 2 clients, and then use that money to pay for automations, because automations usually doesn't come free. Someone needs to handle the automation, someone needs to host them, someone needs to execute them, yada, yada, yada. Zapier is not free, Make.com is not free, ManyChat is not free. Literally nothing which is going towards automation is free. So in my opinion, you should get your first or second second client by doing this manually. You get the experience, you get the money, and from there you can take care of how can I automate certain processes so I have more time during the day to grow my business actually, or to actually go on to 1 or 2 more calls if I have the leads. So yeah, I think without reading this page at all, I think I nailed it in this case. So yeah, and coming to that topic, why is that important to automate outreach, especially for companies who want to grow? Instagram outreach is limited to 50 DMs a day. This is very important to understand. You can maybe send 60, 70 or 80, 90. We have some clients sending 100, but if you do this for a long enough time frame, Instagram earlier or later will restrict you, give you DM blocks, or will even ban your account permanently. So we are using 50 DMs a day for everything we do personally and in our business to be sure that the account is safe. With this 50 DMs a day, you're not really doing what Alex Hormozi said with volume negates luck. So you need to send thousands of messages a day. That would be the best case. And the leads are limitless. Like if you search for personal trainers in the US alone, I'm pretty sure there's thousands of personal trainers who have an Instagram page just in the US. And that goes for every other niche. There is thousands or millions of plumbers, roofing companies, dentists, whatever you're searching for, there is more than enough leads. So this is something also to understand. The leads are not running out. The world is big enough, markets are big enough. You will always find new clients if you're really looking for them. The point with automation is it becomes really, really interesting. First of all, if you already have a couple clients and you want to spend your time wiser. And second of all, if you want to scale. So if you want to scale to, let's say, 500 DMs a day, how are you going to do this manually? This means you need 10 Instagram accounts and you need to send 500 DMs manually, personalize them, find the leads every single day, and that's literally impossible. Like if you can do it, you literally have no life, because this is a 24-hour job. So at that point, you are forced to automate, and that's great and that's good, because these days everything is getting faster. AI is making everything more simple for us to use, and everything is much more scalable than it was ever before. And we asked ourselves the same question after automating our one Instagram account and having the outreach automated and getting clients from that successfully. We said, okay, if we can get 1 new client per month with 1 Instagram account, wouldn't it make sense to have 10 Instagram accounts automated and get 10 clients a month? Like, the math makes sense, right? Quick math. And you can literally repeat the process over and over and over again. Our biggest client had 85 Instagram accounts running in parallel, sending over 4,000 DMs a day. Was one of the biggest insurance companies in the US, and they got massive amounts of leads through that, as you can imagine. So yeah, what we are going to show you now is a way to automate Instagram outreach. Many of you will know AutoIGDM. Many of you will know some other tools. There's other tools out there. We usually don't talk about them, but yes, there are other tools. But there is something new on the horizon, and I'm super excited to show you that now. And I'm going to explain you now exactly how currently automation of Instagram DMs actually work. If you have never worked with it before, I will show you how it works right now. And then we're going to show you what we have been working on for the past couple, I don't know how many months, and we're super excited to make this work today. And it's gonna launch today, and you will all be able to have access to it today. So stick with us. The next few minutes are going to be about automation of Instagram DMs, and after that we will have the Q&A session where we're trying to answer all of your questions. So as said already, put your questions in the chat or write them down, and we will tell you when the Q&A starts at the end of this workshop, and then we'll try to get into all the questions. And I'm pretty sure Emil is gonna take some Instagram accounts and also analyze their profile. So if you didn't put your Instagram account yet into the chat, do it now so Emil can analyze the profile and tell you how you can improve. All right, let's do this. So this is a very simple comparison, and let's stay on the left side, which is here for you. So the current solutions, and I'm not talking about AutoIGDM. This is all solutions, literally all solutions out there which are promising to automate Instagram DMs are working like this. And this is already a big help, don't get me wrong. AutoIGDM is super helpful. Probably that's why we have more than 3,000 clients using it. But we were not happy with it, and we'll show you how we fixed it. So to do Instagram automation these days, it works as follows. Instagram obviously doesn't give you an API access to message new accounts. So what Instagram's API allows you is to message accounts who have commented under your post, because that counts as an engagement, accounts who have reacted to your story, or accounts who have sent you a DM first. So comment under your post, react to your story, or send you a DM first. Probably there's a few other triggers, but they're not so important. But what you cannot do is to simply use the API and message random people. So you cannot just type in the username into the API and send the message to someone as you would do with email. That does not work. Why is very obvious. Instagram doesn't really want you to do cold outreach on Instagram. Why? You should buy ads. Instagram is earning all their money with ads on the platform. So they want you to get clients on Instagram by placing ads and showing ads with them. But most of our clients are complaining that ads are getting more and more expensive and less efficient. And that's why Instagram cold outreach becomes more and more interesting in our opinion. And I think this is an untapped market so far. If I watch my email inbox on a daily level and my Instagram inbox on a daily level, Instagram is way less spam or way less let's say business related outreach. And that's why we focus so hard on Instagram. How it actually works currently to automate Instagram DMs is the only solution there is currently, because there is no API, is you have to use browser automations. So what browser automations are is literally it just replaces you as a human in front of your desk, and it just moves your mouse and types your keyboard. And this is also in the core how AutoIGDM works. So you literally install a Chrome extension, you log into the Chrome extension, you type in your target audience, your leads, who you want to reach, you type in the message you want to send, and then you simply click play. What happens then is a new Chrome browser pops up on your desktop, and from there the automation will take care of that Chrome browser and click on the user you want to message, type out the message, click send, and then wait until the next message is due. You can also not send 50 DMs in one single hour. If I say 50 DMs a day, that means you need to spread it out. We have found that around 10 DMs an hour is the limit on Instagram, so there is a lot of detail to it, which means a usual outreach on one Instagram account with an automation takes 5 hours a day. The good point about AutoIGDM and also other tools out there is that these 5 hours you actually don't need to do anything. So you have the extension, you click, you press play, and the extension is gonna do everything. It's gonna run for 5 hours and then it will be done with 50 DMs, and that's how Instagram automation for cold DMs work these days. But there is some backthrows to this. You need to activate the tool every single day. So you need to open your desktop or laptop or whatever it is. You can put this tab in the background, so you can still work on your computer. That's why it's really, really useful for most people, and especially if you are on a low budget. AutoIGDM, for example, is like $1 a day. So if 1 or 2 hours of your life is not worth $1 a day, then I don't know what is. But the disadvantages are you need to activate it every single day. And we all know how people are consistent with things. They are not. Most of the people out there are just not consistent with anything, especially if they don't see results. After 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, people will just stop doing it. You can leave it in the background, it works, you can work on your computer, but you have to activate it every single day. Have your computer on, have an active internet connection, and have this Chrome browser on your computer. Let's say you're just working 5 days a week. That means on weekends, nobody's gonna do outreach. Let's say you're on vacation for 2 weeks. That means nobody's doing outreach at that time. So it always needs human interaction to still activate and trigger those automations. Why? Because we need to show Instagram that this is actually a human in front of a computer. And that's why automating this process is so hard. So as you can see here, the disadvantage is you have to do something daily and you have to have your laptop running. If you have internet outage, the extension, for example, will just stop or retry. So you have to have internet, you have to have a computer running, and you have to have Chrome and the extension. The next big issue is if you want to scale this. So this all I just told you works with one Instagram account. And you can scale Instagram outreach with these tools as well. But then it gets another level of complexity, because you cannot simply sign into 5 or 10 Instagram accounts from the same computer, from the same browser, from the same internet connection, from the same IP. Instagram is checking all of these things and probably much more, and probably things we don't know even yet. So Instagram really tries everything to prevent you from misusing their platform in that way, if we want to call it misusing. But you can get around this. So the extra level of complexity, and if you're interested in this, watch our YouTube channel. I have a couple of videos where I show exactly how to scale outreach to 500 DMs a day with the technology that's there already, with our tool or with any other tool basically. But the complexity is you need to use tools like Hide My Account, for example, which means you need to download Hide My Account to your computer, and inside of Hide My Account you're gonna create 10 different Chrome browser profiles. Hide My Account is simply a tool, and there's also other tools like Go Login or Multi-Login or whatever it might be. We are just telling you the tools we are using, or we were using. We don't need them anymore, and I'll tell you why in a second. Hide My Account is literally giving you new Chrome browser profiles with their own fingerprints. So for Instagram, it looks like that's 10 different browsers on 10 different computers. Then you have those Chrome browsers and own fingerprints, but what you need now is new IPs, because you cannot use all of these accounts from your IP, because then they will still figure out, okay, that's 10 different computers, 10 different Chrome browsers, but they're all in the same house. Seems fishy. And to prevent that they're all in the same house, you need to buy proxies. And also here you can do so many mistakes, because Instagram doesn't want all proxies. Actually, they don't like most of the proxies. The only proxies that work for low budget is ISP proxies. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, ISP and residential proxies, that's usually his stuff. But the best would be 4G or 5G mobile proxies. But really, literally no one out there is using those. Why? Because they're very expensive. A mobile proxy can cost between $50 and $100 per month. And for like 10 accounts, you would need 2 or 3 of those proxies. So that's a big step to pay that. But if you want to take this serious and do Instagram outreach on scale for a long time frame, this is the only way to go. You can only go with mobile proxies, and that's also what we use. We don't use any other proxies than mobile. So yeah, I think that explains everything. You have Hide My Account, you have 10 Chrome browser profiles in that Hide My Account program. Then you have proxies attached to those profiles. You can use the same proxy for like 2, 3, 4 profiles. And then repeat the same process, so you have 3 or 4 proxies for 10 accounts in total. And then you need to open all of these browsers one by one and have them open on your computer actually. And then you also need to download the extension, whatever you're using, to all of those browsers. And then you need to do the daily activity, which I explained to you before, on all 10 accounts. As said, with the automation, and if everything runs well and if your setup is good, because mostly the setup is broken somewhere, which we have seen with all the success calls we had so far, it's literally just 2% development issue or some backend issue we have. 98% it's some setup issue, because it's really adding some complexity and not everyone knows what all of this means, and which is totally understandable. So it's very, very complex. It still helps you to automate. Let's say with 2 or 3 hours a day max, you can send 500 DMs a day with this strategy. But there is a much better way, and this is what I'm going to explain you right now. So on the right side, as you can see, it's Auto IGDM Pro. You probably heard the Pro before, because we already launched nearly 2 months ago or 1.5 months ago with the first version of Pro. And Pro is literally taking all of the disadvantages from the current solutions and eliminating them. So how it works is everything you see on the left side is totally done for you on the right side. So everything runs in the cloud. You don't need a computer, you don't need a browser, you don't need internet connection to run. Not in the first day, not in the second day, at no day at all. You can leave your computer off for 30 days if you're a Pro client, and you will still send out those DMs. And we are very proud of this solution, and I can proudly say that there is no other solution out there which we have found which can compete with this. And we are gonna build on top of this so many new features in the upcoming weeks. It's gonna be insane. It includes mobile proxies, which I just explained to you is the best for your account safety. It includes the daily activity, which you never need to do again. We automatically send those DMs on your behalf. And it's also scalable with one click. And this will be mostly interesting for clients who want to scale hard and get their clients and scale the amount of clients they want to get from the Instagram outreach, and agencies. Why? Most of our clients, to be honest, are agencies, and they are serving their clients with Instagram outreach, or they are serving themselves by searching clients for their agency on Instagram. So there's 2 use cases. But specifically for those who are offering the service of doing cold DM outreach for their clients, Auto IGDM Pro is basically heaven, because you can simply charge your client whatever you charge in your package. Can be $300, $400, $500 a month to do the outreach for them. You come to us, you set up Auto IGDM Pro once, and you never need to do anything. You can just go and get the next client. Set up once and forget. Mobile IP proxies are included and it's scalable with one click. What do I mean by that? I was just talking for like 5 minutes straight how you can scale with Hide My Account and whatsoever with all the current solutions out there. With AutoIGDM Pro, scaling to multiple accounts is literally one click. So I will also show you now live, and this is a world premiere, nobody saw this before. We are gonna showcase you the new AutoIGDM Pro in a second, and you might know Instantly or Lemlist for email outreach, cold email outreach, and Instantly is an amazing company and an amazing tool, and it's super helpful. And we made it our vision and mission to build tools like this for Instagram because they don't exist. And what I will show you now in a second is actually Instantly for Instagram. You can add accounts with a single click. You can manage 1 account, 5 accounts, 50 accounts with one single login. You don't need IPs, you don't need proxies, you don't need Chrome browsers, you don't need Hide My Account, you don't need nothing. We take care of your outreach, and it has some more crazy features to find better leads and so on. But I would say, before I continue talking for another hour straight, it's demo time.
Yes, sir.
It's demo time. So now I'm going to show you a demo of AutoIGDM Pro. And this is also our new website. We're very proud of it. We made all of this in lightning speed. Everything you see in this workshop will be live immediately. So this website is live just right now, just went live. And AutoIGDM Pro, the dashboard, I'm so excited. Let me show you. Okay. All right. This is our new dashboard. So it's a web app now. And one more thing which will make so many people happy out there, you don't need a computer anymore. All the solutions I told you before for automation, you always need your desktop. With AutoIGDM Pro, you can do everything from your phone because nothing runs on your site. Everything runs on our cloud, and we will make it work for you. You can set up everything, you can check out, you can sign up, you can set up everything on your phone. So you actually never need to touch your desktop to start Instagram outreach or to continue it. I'll go through the platform shortly now to not take too much of your time because I would love if you guys experience it for yourself. I'm pretty sure you will find some bugs with which our developers didn't found yet because we really tried to make this work. Speed is very important these days, in my opinion, and we are a big fan of speed in our company, in our business, and that's why we're launching products so quickly. Okay, let's jump right into it. So this is the dashboard, which you will enter as soon as you sign up to AutoIGDM Pro. You can see all your accounts here, and as you can see, Mark Zuckerberg is obviously using our outreach solution. Will Smith is using that for new movies and stuff like that. They are totally not fake, these accounts. What you do with your real account is simply you go here, go to add new, you add your username, your password, your secret key, and there is a tutorial on the left side where my handsome colleague explains you exactly how it works. So this is literally work of less than a minute. Add your username, your password, your secret key, and then you simply press add account. Then there's different statuses for your account. The first thing you will see, correct me if I'm wrong, is in progress. So in progress means, that we have taken your credentials and we are gonna log into your account on the cloud very soon. Usually this happens just in a couple hours, but it's a max of 24 hours, I would say. After this in progress, you will see warming up. What does this mean? AutoIGDM Pro includes an automated warm-up for your Instagram. And actually, I also never saw this feature anywhere else. If you did, put it in the chat. So don't take my word. Try to find it and put it into the chat. Automated warm-up for your Instagram account. What does this mean? First of all, we need to warm up your account on the new IP. So Instagram saves the IP you're using with your phone on a daily basis or with your computer. So Instagram knows what the IP of your house is, of your phone is, the UID of your phone. It knows everything. And as soon as someone logs into your account from a different device or a different IP, Instagram will see that as a suspicious activity already. And what we need to do in the first few days is to warm up the account on the new IP, not sending DMs at all, because you can imagine it like this. Whenever a new IP pops off on your Instagram account, Instagram is having two big eyes on your account and are watching you like this. What is he doing? And this fades out after a couple of days. If you don't do anything wrong after a couple of days, it fades out. And what you can do to increase The probability of it fading out is just do human interaction, scroll a little bit, like a little bit, follow a little bit, do things normal people would do. And this is what we mean with warming up. Warming up means your account is now getting warmed up on the IP. This usually takes 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
And then we start sending DMs, and everything happens on autopilot. You simply watch the statuses here or you just ignore it, but this is just for you to see what's happening right now. And after those 2-3 days of warming up your account, we will start slowly sending DMs until we get to the point of sending 50 DMs, which is around like after a week in total, right? So we start with 20 DMs a day and then slowly push up the DM amounts to 50 a day until we have that account safe and secure on that new IP. And we tested and tried so many different strategies, and this is the strategy which works best. As said, Emil is doing this since 2016. I have experience with this for a couple years now and with all kinds of automation. And altogether, we figured out this strategy which worked so far. And as you can see, even Mark Zuckerberg's account is warming up right now. After warming up, you will see account active. Account active means everything is ready, everything is warmed up, and your account is ready to send messages. From here, you can add new seats as you wish. You can add 10 seats, 20 seats, whatever you want. You can also just work with 1 seat. I want to move on to the next page, which is super interesting, which is campaigns. And also this is something which has, I just got locked off. What the fuck? Okay, give me 1 sec, guys. Emil, entertain them.
Yeah, so a lot of work went into this. The whole development team, myself, we've been putting endless hours and sleepless nights into this, getting everything ready. We're super proud. It's the only thing out there which can do what Sada is showing you right now. There's no other tool that compares, so super proud to be able to present it.
Absolutely, yeah, and super excited too, because this is value. As you have seen maybe in our YouTube, we like to give value. It makes you feel good if you can give value, scale to many people. And these days we can just do this with content, with apps, with tips, with all kinds of things. And I'm going to jump in right now again, because we are back in the account. So on the left side, we have seen accounts, and now we are at campaigns. And this is super interesting because now you can do things which you couldn't do before nowhere else, and you can still not do it anywhere. I'm excited when the first knockoffs are gonna come up. I mean, to invent this is not the hard part. To make it work is the hard part. Like everything you see is just like some fancy buttons and animations and whatever. But to make it work in the back end is what other people can't do. And that's exactly what we made possible. And then we made the web app around it in the past 1.5 months. And if you are a pro client currently, thank you so much, because with all your feedback in the past 1.5-2 months, we were able actually to build this out and optimize this. So thanks to all of you who provided feedback. Emil had a success call with every single pro client, and I guess we're going to continue that in the future. Even if he's not gonna sleep, I don't care. So here you can add campaigns. You can add new campaigns, as many as you want. One Instagram account can always have 1 campaign added to it, but 1 campaign can be added to multiple Instagram accounts, which means if you have 1 Instagram account, you cannot do 2 campaigns. It wouldn't make sense because you have 50 DM limit anyway. So we would split 50 DMs in 2, and that's literally close to 0. But what you can do is add 10 accounts on this page and simply create 1 campaign. Is our devs working, or why is this glitchy? I hope they are working. You can add 1 campaign here and add 10 accounts to it. So if you have previously, as I explained to you, you had to have 10 browsers, 10 extensions, and you need to place 10 campaigns. So 1 campaign in each browser, that's not necessary anymore. You can create 1 campaign. If you know it works already, you can simply link accounts to it from here, as many accounts as you want, and all of those accounts will use the same campaign. I'm now going to show you how campaigns actually work, what's included, and this is going to blow your mind if you have any experience with other tools before, because this is levels ahead. So the campaign setting consists of 3 main parts. It's leads, it's sequences, which is our messages, and it's the scheduling of the messages. I'll go through it quickly with you. I'll try to be quick. So targeting, obviously, that's what Emil already explained. You can do followers of other accounts. You can do people who engaged with other accounts, and you can do users. Who use the hashtag. As said, we do not recommend hashtags because it has so much trash inside. What we recommend to many clients who have their own lead list is simply use a custom lead list. So you can upload a custom lead list from your computer, have their Instagram names there. You can even do personalized messages, correct me if I'm wrong. You can even do personalized messages in a second column. You can use ChatGPT to create personalized messages for all of those leads and then simply upload that CSV here. And we are gonna send the personalized message to the correct Instagram user fully on autopilot. So custom lead list is something I really love. And other than that, if you have no time to do that, or if you have no experience, always go ahead with people who engage with our accounts. I already explained how to look out for accounts for this, and use this because this will already give you 60-70% of lead quality. Here we also want to know who you are and who you're trying to target, because we in the backend are also taking care that your results are good. So if you're targeting the wrong people, someone from us will reach out to you at some point, or you will have a success call, and then whoever is in the success call with you will know who you are and who you are targeting. After targeting the leads, we have filtering, and this is something all these tools don't have. Even AutoIGDM as an extension doesn't have this, and this is super valuable, and I'll show you how that works. And this was one of the most requested features of all our clients so far. Filtering means you can do a second filter before you actually write those leads. So we have a big lead list now from the targeting section. We are scraping is included. We don't scrape on your accounts. We scrape separately in our cloud, so your account is never in danger for this. We are scraping thousands of profiles, and after that we're applying your filtering. You can choose different things here, and I'll quickly go through them. You can decide if you want to send messages to accounts with profile pictures or not. This is a little bit obvious. Why would you send a DM to someone who doesn't have a profile picture? But as said, go to all the other tools out there. None of those have this feature, which means every now and then you are going to send messages to fake accounts. So user has a profile picture, yes, no. User has a bio, yes, no. These two settings are literally to filter out 90% of the fake and fake accounts out there. Then you can also decide, okay, if you're just texting if you're just texting people who have something to sell, the probability is very high that they have a link in their bio, right? So you can say, okay, only text people who have a link in their bio. And this feature alone is mind-blowing in my opinion. Do not DM the user if you already had a conversation, which is also really cool, which means if we find a lead which you already had a conversation before, and it doesn't need to be with AutoIGDM, we're gonna check your Instagram account for that. If you had a conversation with this person 2 years ago, we are skipping that user and we are sending the message to the next one. So you can decide if you want to engage with already contacted users or not with this setting. Then you have a minimum amount of followers and maximum amount of followers. Use cases here are endless, as you might imagine. And then you can also say a minimum amount of posts. This is again also filtering out fake accounts, and also if whatever you're selling needs an active Instagram account, you can, for example, say, okay, it needs 50 posts, so the account needs at least 50 posts, so I send a message. We put some max numbers here, but we're gonna push the boundaries in the future, obviously. So this is just for now. Why did we do this? Because if you say I only want to message people above 100,000 followers, a lead list from 100,000 leads shrinks down to 50 users, and your leads would run out after 1 day. So to make things safe, we chose these numbers, but we will gradually increase those and push the boundaries in the upcoming days and weeks. Also taking into consideration all of your feedback. So if you have any feedback, if you use this, please come at us with every feedback. We build products for you, so you need to tell us what you like, what you don't like, and what feature you might want, and I will tell Emil, and he has to build it. It's super simple actually. The next thing is you can decide if you want to text only personal accounts, business accounts, or both. And this is also again very valuable, because if you're trying to find plumbing services or roofing companies, then you can say, okay, I only want to text business accounts and not personal accounts. Short side note, with all the other tools, as well with AutoIGDM and AutoIGDM Pro, private accounts will always be skipped, because usually they don't accept DMs from everyone. It will just hurt your profile, yada, yada, yada. Who wants to talk to private profiles anyway? Usually they are not open for business as they are private. All right, that's all about the leads. Now we come to sequences. Again, this is something I have not seen with any other tool out there. You can create message sequences here. So you have the first outreach message where you can choose different. We need 3 variations. Every message on Instagram we send is going to be unique. Why? Instagram obviously also checks if you're sending copy-paste messages, and then they're going to restrict your account because of that as well. To prevent that from happening, with Pro, we are gonna partly manually, gonna create the outreach message together with your suggestion here, so it has thousands of different combinations. It's called a spin text, where we are gonna place different words which have the same meaning in different parts of your sentence, and then we will have a spin text which recreates thousands of unique messages. On top of this, so what you need to do here is basically to put in 3 variations of your outreach message. So if you are gonna say, hey, are you open to take more clients? Then you have to put this into option 1, hey, are you open to take more clients? And then the next one could be, hey, do you currently have open slots for new clients? And the third one could be, are you open to new clients right now? So it just needs to sound differently, but the meaning should be the same. And then you put them here. One very special thing and very, very important news with AutoIGDM Pro is that we are using ChatGPT to find out their first name. So this all happens automatically in the backend. You don't need to care about anything. But if you want to use their first name, you can always just add this variable into your message, and we will use ChatGPT to figure out and scrape the whole account of the user and figure out what is the name of this account. And if we cannot find an account name, then you can decide a placeholder here. Usually it's there. I used Coach always in the past. So, hey Coach, are you open for new clients right now? Boom. So ChatGPT for first names. If we can't find them, you can choose a placeholder right here. You obviously don't need to use this variable, but why not? Personalization helps the reply rate a lot. And we're gonna add more personalizations very, very soon. I don't want to talk about all our future plans, but things we have in mind and on plan right now and building are sick, really. You can also use the variable of the username. That's simply explained, that's their Instagram name. I would not recommend this. It's very rare use cases where this makes sense. But the first name is always a winner. There we go. Do not add links to your outreach messages. Again, this is a rule. We have the outreach here, but then we also have this beautiful button here which says follow-ups. And this was also one of the most requested features of all users of AutoIGDM. With AutoIGDM, you could do follow-ups, but again, it was super tricky. And it's a pain, and you need to manually you choose the tag and not replied, and done are those days. We simply set up follow-ups here. You can activate or deactivate follow-ups as you wish, and you can decide when you want to send those follow-ups. 1 day later, 3 days later, 5 days later. We on purpose didn't do hours or minutes because from what we have seen, 1 day really is the minimum which you should wait. And very important to understand is that the follow-up message also counts to your 50 DM limit a day. So if you're activating follow-ups here, what you're gonna see on your Instagram account happening is that we're probably gonna send around 30 fresh DMs every single day and 20 follow-ups to fill the 50 max every single day. So you can decide if you want to reach out to 50 new people every single day, then don't do follow-ups. If you want to follow up and get a higher reply rate from the people you follow up with, then activate follow-ups. Here it's just literally the same thing. You can decide on the message, and this follow-up is gonna be fully automated for you. Also interesting to know is something AutoIGDM Pro does, but AutoIGDM does not, at least not fully automated. We are not always sending 50 DMs straight because again, Instagram is pretty smart. If they see you send out 50 DMs every single day, there's a pattern which they can detect as a suspicious activity. So what our system is doing is it's randomizing some numbers in between. So 1 day you could be sending 48 DMs, 1 day you could be sending 51 DMs, 1 day it could be 53, 49, you got the point. The last point here in the campaigns is the scheduling option. And again, never seen this anywhere else. You can decide on your time zone, because how does it help if you send your outreach message and the receiver gets it at 2 a.m. Nobody's gonna see this, they are gonna ignore this, you're gonna get a lower reply rate. So what you can do here is to set up the time zone of yourself, or let's say you are in Europe but you're targeting US clients, then set this time zone to the US time zone you want to reach. And from there you can set up the times you want to reach them, which is like usual human times between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., 9 to 5, as you know. But depending on the use case and depending on the industry, if you're trying to get, I don't know, club promoters or something which is more a night activity, then obviously you can change these times here. This is totally up to you. We try to make it work for every client and for every niche, market and audience, so you can set up everything to your own likings. Additionally, you can choose on which days you want to send out the message, if you want to send them on the weekend as well or not. And you can also decide to do a random day off during the week. This again helps a little bit to increase the safety of your account because we are interrupting the patterns which Instagram is detecting. I would say it's not really necessary to do that, but if your account and if your niche and if your market is somewhat risky and fishy already, then this might help to get out of the waters. Literally, this is everything you need to know. I'll show you some more things in a second, but from there, if you have set everything up, you can simply save it, you can adjust it. I didn't put the targets, obviously. You have to fill everything out. Then you save them as a draft, and whenever you think your campaign is ready to shoot, you simply submit the campaign. And as soon as you submit the campaign, it will give you some and tell me exactly what happens after submitting the campaign in the backend, so they know what actually is happening for us.
All right, so after submitting the campaign, everything goes into our backend, and our team starts working and preparing. So we start scraping the leads, we apply your filters, we prepare the outreach messages with the unique variations, like Sada said. We figure out the first names for your leads. All of these things happen in the backend, and after usually 48 to 72 hours, the campaign is ready, and the status here is going to change to active, and that's when your messages start going out.
Exactly. As soon as you see this on active, let me go back again. Yes, leave. You will see your campaign be active here, and you can pause it at any time for whatever reason. We tried to make this software work in a set and forget way. So come here once, and if you know the strategy, and if you don't need to test out multiple things, if you are already doing Instagram outreach manually with VAs or other automations, the idea is that you come here, set everything up, simply click submit, and then close this. So we actually don't want you to play around on this dashboard on a daily basis, because we want you to focus on other important things in your business. Instagram outreach should not be your time-consuming activity on a daily basis. If you still figuring out what works and what doesn't, you can still come here and adjust your campaign at any time and change it. One important fact, again, this is probably just in the beginning and just in the launch now, because we don't know what to expect and how many people are actually gonna run this. So you can change your campaign after you submitted your campaign. You can just change it every 7 to 2 hours. Usually not a problem, but it's a fact you should know. So every 72 hours you can change your campaign. You can obviously pause it, change everything, save it, and then submit it as soon as the 72 hours are over. But be aware that you cannot submit a campaign, change it again, submit it again, and so on. This is not how it works. This is sadly for the limitation of Instagram. For example, instantly for email doesn't need to do that. You can change it live because they work with APIs. We cannot work with APIs. Not with the official Instagram API, because they don't allow cold DMs. I guess everything else is clear. You can simply link and unlink accounts from here. Let's say I don't want Will Smith in this campaign anymore. I would like Will Smith to continue with the more awesome campaign. Then I can simply go here, choose my account, add the account with one single tap, and then I will have 2 accounts sending that campaign. Last thing I want to show you is the statistics, which is going to change massively, but I will show you what we have right now. As you can see, this is the statistics, and you will see how many DMs we have sent from your specific account, and you will see how many leads are in the pipeline for you. In the near future, in our vision, and we need more feedback for this, we also want to inbuild a CRM into this, so you can see all the leads who you have messaged already and all the leads who you maybe didn't message already. And one of the upcoming pro features, I don't want to promise this, but I'm working hard to get this done, is that we are going to provide you the mobile phone numbers and the emails of all the leads we have messaged for you on Instagram, if they have their mobile phone number or email added into their Instagram account. And this is a huge opportunity to make cold DMs in parallel or cold calling in parallel, and this will be free for all pro users. It's just a goodie from us to show you actually that you can do these kind of activities to get more clients. So if you send them an email, and if you call them, and if you send them an Instagram DM, the chance of them ignoring you is literally close to 0, because at some point they will say, oh wow, this is a commitment, this guy has something to tell me. So yeah, this is a statistics page. This is all, imagine this being the beginning. Our baby just learns walking. We don't have any real user feedback on this yet, because we launch it right now. All of this is live for all existing pro clients right now. So if you're a pro client, go to your dashboard and you will be surprised to see this. So everything is live right now. On the left bottom, we have some tutorials. We have a help page. We have FAQs. You can contact our support at any time. in real time here. AK the bot will answer. AK is actually not a bot, but we call him bot because he's always up. You can text our support team here and ask them any question you might have. We're always here to help you. And if you are a pro client, you're also allowed to book a success call with Emil, as long as he can take them. So I would use that chance because he can also help you set up the targeting, find the right targets, the leads, and set up your campaign with you together in a call with someone who's experienced with this. Basically, I would say that's it. There is a few more things to explore here, but I would say you can explore them yourself. I don't want to take all the excitement out of this. Is it continuing here? Yeah. Okay. And obviously there is one more thing. So first of all, we are super hyped. We're super excited. Everyone who's in our network and our community, the AI Mafia, the AI Tribe, our guys from AAA, from Liam Otlay's community, for example, they all know how excited we are to launch this, but I just wanted to make sure that we are building this for businesses out there because we saw a problem. I saw a problem sending DMs myself manually, and then it just moves on step by step by step by step. And we are dedicated to out-level this. So we are going to have the best Instagram outreach tool on the market. And as I told you already, I didn't find a single competitor who can compete with the features we already have now with AutoIGDM Pro. And we're going to make this available to more people. We're trying to make this cheaper in the future with separate plans. We're trying to add features. We will add more AI integrations with personalized messages and so on. And especially on the leads part, there is a whole bunch of things which is changing very, very soon, but I don't want to kill the surprise just yet. Yeah, I hope you liked it. Let me see some comments.
I have all the questions noted. We can jump to the comments.
Super cool. All right, so before we jump to the QA, because we are actually done, I hope you have some questions because we are ready to answer them. Before we jump to the Q&A, I would like to show you a special offer which is only available to you guys in this workshop. So this will not be on our website. We will not send an email about this. This will only be for you guys here in the workshop. If you think this is helpful for anyone, you can send it to them, but we're not gonna advertise this. Why? Because with this offer, we're actually not making any profit. But our goal is to get as many users onto this new tool, or we want to get this tool to into as many hands as possible to get more feedback. And on the other side, you will have a chance to überzeugen?
To convince.
Wow. To convince yourself of how useful this tool actually is and how easy it actually works, because you don't need to do anything. It's very magical to see DMs go out on your Instagram account on your phone without you even having a computer on. And we want more and more people to experience this, so we came out with a killer offer, and I needed to argument hard internally to make this possible, but we did. So I'm going to show you this now, and I will make it short because this should not be an advertisement video at all. We really want to give you value, and I hope this tool gives you value. You don't need to buy anything. You don't need to give us money. There is a lot of free ways to do things out there. They just need to take more time usually. So we are trying to preserve your time and also help you scale. What a beautiful slide. This is a special offer for everyone who is in this live right now. The offer is, so just to lay it out, AutoIGDM currently, the starter plan costs $39 per month, which is the Chrome extension. Many of you will know it. It's $39 a month. It's literally $1 a day. I would say this is worth for everyone who wants to do Instagram outreach to use that. AutoIGDM Pro currently comes at $99 a month, but as said, we have a huge cost position behind Pro, which we don't have with the extension. So there's proxies included, there's automations included, there's lead scraping included, all of these things, as well as manual work of our experts, as well as the calls. So AutoIGDM is $39, AutoIGDM Pro is $99, and it's gonna increase soon. So we're gonna increase the price because we want to stay competitive in the market and also invest, obviously, to give you more features and more automations in the future. And this offer is, we want to give you AutoIGDM Pro for the first month for the same price as starter. So instead of $99, you're gonna pay $39 for the whole first month of AutoIGDM Pro. And we are gonna treat you as a usual Pro client, so there will be no difference except for you saving $60. If you want to take advantage of this, simply go to AutoIGDM, click Pro on the top, or go to autoigdm.com/pro, sign up to an account and use the discount code WORKSHOP. I wrote it here, you can see it in the slide. Use the code WORKSHOP and we will automatically deduct $60 from your first month of using AutoIGDM Pro. Now you literally have no excuse to not try it out if you're already using AutoIGDM, or if you're doing manually, to be honest, like $1 a day. It's not even 5 Starbucks coffees, bro. Like, it's not even 5 coffees in Starbucks. I know we have clients from all over the world. In some countries, this might be more money. In some countries, this might be peanuts. For example, in Dubai, you get 2 bottles of water for like $40 in a restaurant, right? And we are giving you 1 month of fully automated Instagram outreach. And our goal is to get this into as many hands as possible. And that's why we do this offer. This offer expires on Sunday. So this discount code works from now until Sunday night. After that, it's expiring and it's never coming back. I was not sure if I'm going to tell you this or not, but giving you this at this price, we're actually not making any profit. We're maybe even paying on top of it. But as said, it's very valuable for us to get your feedback. And we obviously hope that you are convinced after the first month, so you will continue to use AutoIGDM Pro in the future. Our goal, our slogan is at OmniFusion, our business is to grow yours. And that's literally everything we do. Every single YouTube video I did is trying to tell you something how you can get more clients. Every tool we build is literally directed towards the goal for you to get more clients. And it works. I can just tell you it works. It might not work in the first day, it might not work in the first try, it might not work in the first week, but Instagram outreach works to get clients. That's probably why we have thousands of clients actively using AutoIGDM. And with this new automation, it will be much easier to scale, and it will be much easier to be consistent, because that's also one of the issues we saw. People say, I use AutoIGDM, but I didn't get a new client. We check the backend and we see he was using it for 4 days. He had a whole month of subscription, but he just did it for 4 days. Why? People be lazy, people be busy, and people are not consistent. And this is actually how we came up with the idea of doing it for you, because for you to actually get the best result, which is a new client or more clients for your business, you need to send 1,500 DMs every single month with your Instagram account. And just by providing this extension, we cannot guarantee that this will happen. We even saw in the backend that this rarely happens. I would say more than 90% of users are not maxing out their DMs on Instagram and then maybe complaining about not getting new clients. With AutoIGDM Pro, that's history. Every day you're gonna send your outreach messages consistently. Last time I repeat this, use the discount code WORKSHOP, checking out at autoigdm.com/pro to get Pro for the starter price. So I don't know why you should go for starter now anymore, like at least for the first month, try it out. If you don't like it for whatever reason, first tell us, second cancel the subscription, use the starter plan, do it manually, use any other tool, whatever you might do. We are not forcing you to do anything, but we are very happy to be able to offer this to you, and we are very happy to see more and more people jumping onto this and giving us their feedback so we can build better products for you. Whew, I'm done. I would say. I think it's time for questions. Drop your questions in the chat. I think you can even start a QA here.
I have a ton of questions. I have everything written down.
Yeah, okay. So if you still have more questions, you can still point them, comment them. We are trying to answer as many as possible. Oh, wow. It's already 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
Congrats to everyone who made it so far. All right, shoot them.
Yeah. So we'll go through some questions, then I'll review two profiles, review the branding, and then we'll do the rest of the questions. All right, first question. When doing outreach, how do I land in the primary inbox, not the requested inbox?
This goes to you.
So when it comes to outreach, you know that so we have a couple different places that you can land. One is the main inbox on Instagram. The main inbox on Instagram, you can only land there if the account that you're sending a DM to is following you. That's the only time that you land in there, or if you already have an ongoing conversation and they put you in their primary inbox, you're gonna land there. all cold outreach goes into the requests folder. That is completely normal. There's no way to get out of there, as I said, unless they follow you. So everything goes into there. You're going to need to that just threw me off that you changed the
I'm sorry.
that you changed the view. You're going to need to actually check for your account, because the request is fine, but then if you scroll down you can see the hidden requests. So if you go to the hidden requests, that's the place where people go to die when it comes to Instagram cold outreach. So if you land in the hidden requests, nobody's going to see it. The main factors here are account trust. So if you buy low quality accounts or non-aged accounts, or if you've done a lot of spamming in the past, then you can end up landing in that inbox. So those are some of the main things.
One more thing to add, what we have seen with clients in the past as well, is that the message content itself is also very important. So if you have adult content in your messages, or vulgarity, or whatever it might be, Instagram is also obviously checking the content of your messages, and they will put you into hidden requests as well.
Cool.
You shortly talked about aged accounts. You didn't say that before. Maybe you can quickly.
That's one of the questions.
Cool.
Also, can we move our camera back? It's throwing me off to see my face right underneath.
It would throw me off as well. G. Let's go. Shoot.
All right. So, what are your big? This is not even related to outreach. Let's push this down. Curious if you work with companies who are selling a product like hair extensions. Probably somebody uses AutoGDM who does that, but I can't think of a pro client who we have who sells hair extensions. All right. Can you explain the best practices for messaging from a burner account to promote your business? This messaging is where I get stuck. So with burner accounts, the main thing is you'll have your main account, which you should be doing outreach on. This is your personal profile, your business account, all of these things. And then you can set up burner accounts, or just outreach accounts, you can call them, where basically you go out and you buy aged accounts. We've talked about this multiple times in previous videos. And when you buy these accounts, you need to make sure that you buy aged accounts that are older than 6 months. For the trust score on Instagram, you log into those accounts, you rebrand them, and then you need to let them sit for some time. So if you're doing burner accounts and you're not really getting any replies, it can have a couple reasons. Number one, which I talked about previously, is that you don't have any followers, likes, or comments on the profile. Number two, if you don't have good posts on the profile, it's not going to work either. So you need to make sure that you add some good posts there. And number three, if the account is burnt, then it's burnt. So burner account really is the wrong way to put it. You want to buy high quality aged accounts, rebrand them, and then use them. Burner accounts is what we, for example, use to scrape the leads for your campaign. Those are real burner accounts, because if they get lost, we don't care, because we use them only for scraping. If you're doing outreach, buy high quality accounts, take your time. Don't buy the account, rebrand it, and start sending messages the first day. It's not going to work that way. And that's going to land you in the hidden requests, which we just discussed.
Yes.
My understanding is this can't be done on TikTok because no API. I honestly have no idea about TikTok. I
think TikTok DMs are not even that important. Like, we had TikTok accounts which we grew to 10K followers, but I never checked my DMs. It's full of spam. So probably there is some automation out there, because my inbox was always full, or it's VAs. But yeah, we never cared about TikTok, and I still don't care, to be honest. Like, I would say Instagram is big enough for us to work with it for the next couple of years.
I would say if you post reels, put them on TikTok, and if you get any inbound, that's cool. But outreach on TikTok, never really heard of it. I already answered this question, but just shortly again. Will you host AI meetups one day? We went to Dubai for an AI mastermind with 12 of the biggest AI entrepreneurs in the space. It was an amazing time. We're about to drop a video on it soon as well. Including Leah Motley, Akil Wade, and many other amazing guys. So yeah, we'll probably make an event someday, yet to be determined.
This is gonna happen again, like this meetup he was just talking about is gonna happen again, probably in an even bigger round. I think Akil has a waitlist for it, so if you're interested in joining that, just send us a message, tell us why you should be included. So you need to bring something to the table to provide value to each other in the group. Let us know, because this is going to happen more regularly, and we are also open for new members who provide value into the community itself.
Yes, sir. All right, some more questions. What if one campaign reached all available leads? Is there something that allows retargeting for potential customers that showed interest but did not buy for whatever reason? AutoGDM question. So If one campaign, there's currently no retargeting option. You just have the outreach message and the follow-ups. But it's a great feature idea. We have a lot of feature ideas which we need to implement.
How would that work? Like retargeting?
Yeah, I mean, basically reaching back out to someone who did reply, but they didn't buy.
Okay.
So this would be more the AI appointment
side.
setting,
Yeah.
which we talked about in the first half of the workshop, I would say. That's more the question there, where you can follow up with people if they ghost you for whatever reason while you're already qualifying them.
Yeah, and also I think the question was, what if leads are running out or whatever? I showed you if it's about Auto GDM Pro, I showed you the amount of leads in the pipeline, and they will never run out, because if they're even getting close to running out, our team will add more leads. It's just for you to see how many leads are in the pipeline right now, how many people have you messaged so far, how many DMs you're sending a day. It's just some statistics. If you want to see other and more statistics, please let us know. We're happy to build them in for you.
Yeah, and important to note, if you add a lot of small accounts as sources, then leads can run out, and then you need to provide new sources.
Sure,
That's
if all your accounts are done, yeah.
Do you prefer to book a call directly after the DMs, or use a funnel with a video to qualify the leads and inform the people what we are doing? So I think when we close clients, we go directly from DMs to call. We don't have a funnel. Using a lead magnet or something like as a free value offer can make sense.
Yeah.
I prefer to hop on a call,
And
Saddle
also
hops on the calls, but offer free value on the call. Get to know the person, get to know their needs, because then you know who you're selling to. For high ticket, for low ticket, it's different. I would say.
100%. Some things to add here. First of all, it really depends who you are and at which stage of your business you currently are. If you are, as said, just starting out, you don't need a funnel, you don't need a lead magnet, you don't need none of this, in my opinion. Just go out and talk to the target audience, talk to your ideal client, and one way or the other, you will find out what they need, you will find out their pain points, you will find out how to talk to them. And from there, if you want to scale, if you want to automate things, then in my opinion, you need a lead magnet, you need a funnel, you need all these things. But if you're just trying to get your first client, I see so many people trying to create a lead magnet for 2 weeks just to then start their outreach. In the first 2 weeks, I could have already gotten the first client by doing the outreach every single day without a lead magnet and just saying, hey, I'm this and that, I'm new in this space, I'm very interested to learn more about this and that. Is there anything I can help you with this specific regard? And especially that's also important. I learned this from Alex Formosi, like so many things when it comes to sales, is the first client, serve them for free or nearly free. Make an offer to them which is a no-brainer. Tell them something where you as a client would say, like, it would be stupid to say no. Make the offer so good it's stupid to say no. And then the next thing, if you are on the call, as Emil just said, I wanted to add on top of that, give a lot of value, as he said. And very, very important, and something I needed to learn, let them talk. Everybody likes to talk about themselves, but if I jump on a call with someone who wants to sell me something and he starts talking about his features and his product and everything is so nice, I'm already pissed off. Why? He didn't even listen to me or ask me what my issue actually is, if I have this solution already, if I need anything similar to that. So first of all, try to assess their business, let them talk, because everyone likes to talk about themselves. So this will also give the whole call a more positive feeling if you let them talk. Usually I go into the call because I actually have a lot of calls and they come from different sources. So sometimes I really don't have time to prepare for a call. So I'm saying, hey, how did you find me and how can I help you? Let me know a bit more about your business and I'll see how I can help you further. And then they start talking. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, let them talk. If they stop talking, have 5 questions written down which you need to know to provide your product or your service and ask them. And if they can answer everything, you will have a full list of something of their pain points, what exactly is the biggest issue. So we always started with for the Instagram DM coach, it's like, who is handling your DMs? Or it started with how many DMs you get per day? 100. Okay, who takes care of them? Yeah, it's me. Okay, how many hours a day do you spend on this? Yeah, maybe 2 or 3. Is this annoying? Yeah, it is. Yada yada yada. And then you simply find out. How can I frame this? You don't really try to sell them a service, but you ask them the questions so they tell you their pain points, and then you provide the solution for that pain point. And then most often than not, they will even ask, hey, can you do this for me? Or can you help me with this? Or do you know how to solve this? And then they are sold. From there, it's 100% closing rate for me. So I hope this helped you a little bit for how to close those leads in the call.
Yes, sir. All right, we have some follow-up questions. For retargeting, use the email and phone numbers that they're going to supply in V3. So once we have that
Yes.
feature where you have the phone numbers and emails, you can do with them whatever you want. You can use the emails, put them into Instantly, for example, cold call the people. So with those things, you can do whatever you want.
You want to analyze Instagram accounts?
Yeah, we have some more questions that we can analyze Instagram accounts. How to find leads on a specific niche, such as business coaches. I mean, I would say watch the first part of the workshop. Business coaches, find coaches of business coaches, find specific accounts which mainly business coaches follow. It's going to take some time probably to find good sources.
This is
but-
important. You have to put in the work. We give you automations. We provide you things that don't take your time on a daily basis. But what we cannot take away from you yet is the research. You know best who's your target audience. You know best who's your ideal client. If you have previous clients, that works well if you're an established company already. If you don't know who your target audience and your clients are, go to your clients list, check them out on Instagram and see what they have in common. Who are they following? Who are they engaging with? What is in their bios? What do they all have in common as a target audience? And from there, you really need to spend, especially in the beginning, you really need to spend hours and hours and hours. I already told you how I went down the rabbit hole when we started off with OmniFusion last year and I wanted to get our first client on Instagram. I spent 4 or 5 hours a day on Instagram, but this was well worth it because now I actually know who's our target audience, where are they, who are they following, and how's the engagement rate in that business. So I immediately see which is a fake or cap account and which is a real account. Adding to this, it's very, very important that you write down, first of all, before you go to Instagram, who is your ideal client? What is the service you are selling or providing? And who is this useful for? And one thing I can recommend to everyone, brainstorm with ChatGPT. If you have ChatGPT Plus, I don't know if it works without Plus, but you can simply have the voice-to-voice feature activated. I sometimes just put it on my table and I brainstorm with it. Hey, I provide this service. This is my client. Is this correct? What would you say? What would you suggest? Where should I look for? Yada, yada, yada. So ChatGPT can be a powerful resource for this to get a direction. And from there, you just need to put in the hours. Go into Instagram, find one of those ideal clients, find the second one, find the third one, and then you very quickly can see similarities, and then you actually understand your client. So you need to understand your client not just to find them and sell them something, but also to deliver them and make them happy, right? It's not important just to sell them something, but they also want to be happy and they want to get the results of what you're actually selling. So this is never to be forgotten.
Yeah. Replay link. Yes, this is going to be available as a replay. I just got 4 clients in my first 2 weeks restarting my business. No funnel or lead magnet used, just DM. Also see Daniel Mello just signed up as well to Pro, so
Yes.
welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard.
Do you guys work with any fitness coaches already? Yes, fitness coaches. We have a lot. Business coaches we just answered. How do you guys scrape qualified leads on Auto at GDM Pro? Currently I'm on a 10-seat plan. So if you're on the 10-seat plan, that's starter. For Pro, we have back-end scraping
Scale.
systems at scale. But it's the starter plan with multiple seats, so scale. For Pro, if you add all of those accounts, we will handle all the scraping for you. All the leads will be in there. All accounts will be sending messages. You don't no longer need to worry about hide my account proxies. All of this stuff, all done for you.
And also we have those custom filters for the leads, which you don't have with the Auto GDM extension or literally any other extension out there with the followers, bio, yada, yada, yada. So your outreach will just become much more effective just by switching from Auto GDM base or starter to Auto GDM Pro. One thing I didn't mention here, we don't have tiered pricing yet. This will come soon. So if you have more accounts, the prices will get lower for you per account. We just weren't able to set everything up yet when it comes to that direction. So if you need 5 or more accounts to do outreach with, simply reach out to us and we will make it work for you. Simply reach out to autoigdm@omnifusion.ai or simply contact us from the widget or support form or anywhere you can reach us and we will make it work for you.
Yeah, support.autoigdm.com. All right, that's it for the questions.
I'm gonna switch it up.
Let's switch it up. Scoot around. All right, wait, let me actually put the laptop back
I don't
here.
know why you need that.
Because I have the usernames here.
Ah,
All right, so we have the first review. So now we're reviewing profiles, in case that wasn't clear. Let me see. Yeah. Sweet. All right. Okay, I'm not gonna expose Serda's private DMs, although I think it would be very interesting.
Do it, bro.
So
maybe in the next live.
maybe in the next live we will expose our private DMs. So first profile we're gonna be reviewing, Daniel Mello. Literally, if you guys watched the first part of the workshop, this guy is the example of what I could have added as a good example right here.
Well done.
There's just a couple things missing. First thing, profile picture, solid. There's a color in the background. His face is up close. Exactly what I said. Second thing, his bio, perfect. The first thing I would change, so Harvard University alumni, I would change. To be fair, if you help people get disciplined and defined in the fitness space, does anyone really care where you went to university? Probably not. I help X with Y. Put that statement in the first line of your bio. It's gonna be a lot better. So move this one up here. I would also connect it to a result. Disciplined and defined isn't super specific. So I would say I help people lose 20 kilograms and get ripped.
In 8 weeks, for example.
Exactly.
So you need to tell them in which time frame and why is it easy to do it with you and what exactly you're gonna achieve for them in one simple sentence.
Yeah. So I would put this at the top with the sentence that we just said. Second point would be some social proof, helped 20 plus people achieve their fitness goals, for example. The third thing is good, DM me action for info. I would limit it to one call to action. So you have this and then you have your link. I would pick one. So if you have DM me action for info, you can remove the link. You can keep the link. I would say this is just a small optimization that I would personally do. You can also split test it, see how it goes. For the name, Daniel Mello is great, but as we discussed at the beginning of the workshop, add the separator here. And let me actually just find the slide real quick where I show this as it is here. So for example, short form video editor. So you can do fitness coach, for example, could be a thing, or something in that direction would make sense. As for this, I don't know what the content of your highlights is. Client wins. Let's check it out real quick. Yeah, so this is perfect for client wins. Testimonials is great. Work is also great. Maybe add a highlight about you. Let people get to know you. In terms of posts, obviously you're doing fitness, which is great. I see you're posting a lot of reels. I would say, it looks good. Some variety would probably not hurt the reels. I don't know what the content of the reels are. I would say provide value, give tips for free. Some stuff that you would usually charge for, just give it away for free. Yeah. That's helped us a lot on YouTube as well.
What always really, really works on Instagram is best exercise for massive biceps. And then you show the exercise and exactly what to take care of, how to do it correctly and what not to do. These kinds of content is everywhere on my For You page.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, people who want to train better in the gym, they just want the tips, they don't want the fluff. So I don't know what the content is, but that's something on the content. Otherwise, solid profile, a lot of things that others can probably learn from here. All right, next account.
Oof. Let me send you the link.
Let me just switch this just in case. It's okay, I'll type it. So it's... All right, second account, Women Growth Community. So first problem, just looking at this, I have no clue what this is about. Women Growth Community, okay, women are growing, let's grow together.
It looks feminine, but that's it.
I don't know what's happening here. So first things first, profile picture. This just doesn't catch the eye. The text in the profile picture doesn't make sense. Don't add text in a profile picture.
Can't read it.
Yeah.
Not even on my desktop, and now imagine this on the phone.
You can't read it, plus they see the username anyway, they see the name anyway, they see all this stuff anyway. The profile picture should catch their eye. I would either... Also, it's super hard without like any form of a face in a profile. It's pretty hard, but I would have a nice logo here. So I don't know if you have a logo, put that logo there. Also, I feel like the name for a project being Women Growth Community is probably not the best suitable name. Women Growth Community can be the second part. So you would put the name of the community and then Women Growth Community could be the second part of the name. Just an idea. Then down here, let's grow together. Again, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. So we connect women to help them achieve X in X time,
Yeah.
for example, would be a great first liner. Second one, social proof. Over 50 plus women in the community or 50 plus women joined, whatever. Third thing, call to action. Right here, you have 2 call to action growth events. Meetup Buttercup, Daily Engagement, Rising Mamas. Pick one, put the call to action at the end. Either add the link, tag an account, or say DM me for X. The account is too small. You need some followers on there, and followers.
Also, never have more followings than followers. Like,
Yeah.
this is a no-no.
Yeah, unfollow some people.
I think this is only an outreach account, to be honest.
Yeah.
Click on this, the Rising Mamas. I guess that's the main account. And it's private, and okay.
Yeah.
Go back. That's too long of a game now.
So we could dive deeper, but even for an outreach account, all of the things we said just apply. You need to be clear about the direction. Nobody's going to know what this is about. If it really is a pure outreach account, it's a burner account, although it's a stupid word. Buy some followers. Also for the posts, this doesn't tell anyone anything. So add some form of value on here, and also buy some likes. If it's a pure outreach account, if you're trying to grow the account, you'll need to put some more effort into content.
Yeah. Also, I want to add to this that especially for outreach, the only thing that works is a face. So you never do outreach with a company account. You never do outreach with a community growth account, with a team account, except you have 1 million followers and you have the social proof. Like, for example, Akil Wade has AI The Revolution on Instagram, has 700, I don't know how many, or 800,000 followers. If this account texts you, you are going to reply back for sure. But for the average person or the average profile, people talk to people, and that's very important, and it's more true on Instagram than anywhere else. People want to talk to people, so if you can, try to put a face there, say, hey, I'm Eva, this is me, make a profile picture with your face, because if I get a message from this account and I see this profile picture, even just in my hidden requests in my DMs or whatever, I'm just gonna click delete immediately without listening, because this already looks like someone wants to sell me something or someone wants something from me. But very important, people want to talk to people, especially on Instagram. So I would highly suggest, even if it's not your face because you're too shy or you don't want to be there, find someone who's there, or just AI create some face. These days, that's easy. Just put them here so it looks like a real person. And that's also what I say in calls or generally in my YouTube content. How should your profile look like? And the only rule in the end which you need to have is be a normal person. Just be a normal person who texts another normal person, and people are going to reply to you or at least read your message.
Yes, sir. All right, next account.
Royal Socials. I'm really excited how this video is going to turn out.
Yeah, it's a long one.
Yeah.
All right, Royal Socials, social media presence, content marketing. We help companies build social media presence. Okay.
Again,
So-
theme page.
Yeah, I mean, this is a theme page, and that's what you're going for, similar to what we're doing with OmniFusion AI.
Yes.
Your outreach could be better if it's a personal account, but we're going to optimize it anyways. Logo, I think, is fine. This, I would say, is also fine. In terms of highlights, obviously, you can optimize over time. I might add something other than emojis down here. In terms of this up here, I would pick one thing. So I would probably remove social media presence and just put content marketing. It's a better keyword. Obviously, if you help people build social media presence, you're going to need to get some social media presence yourself. I would say that's going to be the main thing holding you back from getting any clients. If you have 100 followers, but you're helping companies build their social media presence, and you've generated 100 million views, but you have 100 followers, it's just an immediate where people are going to be like, okay, I don't believe this guy, even if it's true maybe, and he did it with other accounts. If you did it with other accounts, link them here. And yeah, so in this case, I would say you need to post a lot more reels. You need to start going viral and actually do what you're offering to do for other people. So if you're just starting out and you don't have any clients yet, if this isn't true, then I would say focus on making content, going viral. Then when you're viral, then you start selling your services, because you're going to need to learn your service anyway. The same way that we did outreach for our own agency before we started building an outreach tool and started offering that to everyone else. Call to action, good. Again, you can remove the link and just pick one call to action if you have both. Not a deal breaker. Overall, I think a lot of good approaches. It's just the follower amount that needs to.
You are not centered.
It's just the follower amount that needs to change.
Yeah, one more thing I want to add. I hope this gives you some value because I just saw this a couple days ago as a strategy, especially as a social media marketing agency or content marketing agency or whatever. What you can do if you know who your ideal client is, your target audience, you can get them to come to you with this strategy. So you simply go ahead and create one killer hit piece for that company or mentor or coach or whatever. You just don't talk to them. Go ahead and create one amazing piece of content, post it on this account and tag them. Tag them, send it to them in the DMs, and do this for 10 of your ideal clients. And more probably than not, some one of them, if your content is actually good, is gonna tell you, hey, nice, this is actually good content. How did you do it? Or can I get more or whatever? So they come to you and you already gave them value. You give them this post and you say, hey, you can use this. I just created this for free for you to show you our skills. And most of these people will be like, hey, that's so cute. Thank you so much. That's really cool. I really like it. And they maybe gonna post it. Maybe they're gonna tag you, and maybe you have a new client waiting for you with that strategy. This also works for all other niches, all other businesses. You just need to get creative.
All right, we have a final one here. Also, just show me that one and then check the chat maybe.
That's a quick one, I guess.
Yeah, probably a quick one. Check the chat if we have any other questions. I think that's it for profile.
But the domain is king. The domain is cool.
Domain is cool, yeah. All right. So German accounts, most people here aren't going to understand much. In terms of the logo, probably good. I might add a color into the background because the black just blends in too much. We want to pop into their eyes. Also, the text isn't needed, so I'd remove the text and just keep the logo, make it bigger. If you just make the logo full logo size and remove the text, it's going to be much better for you. This, obviously, people who are watching this aren't going to get German, so I'm going to keep it quick. But this is good. Then for this down here, I would apply the same principles. Make it into separate lines. Start each line with an emoji. What you do and who you help. Some sort of social proof. Call to action. And then in terms of posts, you need to get some posts on there. And obviously you need some followers. So if you get those followers through posting, or if you're using it as like a throwaway account, then buy some followers, buy some engagement. Get some social proof up on here. And yeah, that's it for this one. Do you have any questions?
Just one, how effective is this for B2B to medium-sized businesses? I think this is the perfect target audience. Like this is why cold outreach exists. I would say small to medium-sized businesses is perfect for cold outreach. You also need to understand when it does not work. So if you try to reach the CFO of a big tech company, you will be better off with LinkedIn or cold email or something like this. But if you're not looking for specific positions in a specific industry, in large enterprises, then Instagram cold outreach usually always works. And even with those people, you would be surprised how good it actually works if you try. So the most important thing is just try it out. If your target audience is on Instagram, and the chances with more than 2 billion users are very high that they are on Instagram, you can get them on Instagram. And if what you say is interesting enough, this CFO guy on his Saturday weekend seeing your message will still say, hey, I'm back in the office Monday, I'll message you, or send me an email here, or whatever it might be. It always really depends on how you position and frame yourself, and also what the message is and what you're trying to achieve with that message to the target audience you're talking to.
Cool. All right, one last profile review, because it's a pro client who I recognize, so we're gonna take the time to quickly.
My phone is also fucking exploding. We need to end this in a second.
Yeah, we're about to end it. Last profile review. So profile picture, solid. Over here, I would pick one thing here, and in this case, make money, motivation, and success probably aren't the best keywords. I would pick what you are and put that there. Like if people are looking for a online business coach, that they find you that way. This I would put in the second one. So this, what you have right here, needs to go in the first row. The second one needs to be some social proof. I help this many people do this. And the final call to action is a follow call to action, which is cool, but you want to get people in your DM. So I would say DM me X keyword for whatever. Then the highlight's pretty good. I might take some out, but honestly, I think it's pretty good. I would add some results in here, so I'm guessing this one is going to be the results one, so I would move that forward and make it pop out more. In terms of content, seems like you're smashing the reels, so keep up the consistency, but overall, solid profile, I would say. Some quick changes, and yeah, it'll improve the conversion a lot.
Exactly. I also don't see any red flag at all on this profile.
Sweet. All right.
All right, let's wrap it up, right? What is left to say except for thanks everyone who made it this far. Like, it's even interesting for us that we can have that we are that we're interesting enough that someone watches us 2 hours talking about online business. We're very excited for this new launch, and it's just starting from here. So we have huge plans with AutoIGDM in general. One more I'm not gonna surprise this now. So from my side, thank you very much for tuning in. Share this video with anyone. So after this live, this is gonna go as a replay video on YouTube. Share this with any other business or anyone you think who can have an advantage with this, or who this could be useful for. Other than that, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Even if you don't buy anything, we hope you got all the value you needed, because this is literally our first and foremost priority. We learned by giving value, you always get something back, be it the universe, be it the business, be it the person. This always works in life and in business. And from here, before we end this, you can also give your last words.
Yeah, no, I appreciate everyone coming out. Hope we could share some of the things that we've kept in our brain for too long. And yeah, I appreciate all of you guys, and I hope to see some of you guys in a success call very soon.
Exactly. And before we jump off, someone asked what was the code, and we tried to make it as simple as possible. So again, the offer is until Sunday night, if you want to use and try AutoIGDM Pro, you can do so for the starter plan price of $39 for a whole month. Just use the code WORKSHOP when checking out, and then you will get the full AutoIGDM Pro experience for a month, and then you can see if you like it or not. If you don't like it, tell us why. If you like it, also tell us why. We hope you have an amazing day or evening. See you in the next one. Thank you very much for listening. Peace.
Peace. Sheesh. Get out.